95% of crypto traders are about to miss the next move while everyone is bearish and selling the coins, buying stocks and buying into gold. You have to pay attention currently. The setup that is happening on the marketplace is exactly the one before the alt season in 2021 and before the alt season in 2017. We literally have the same bearish divergence as in 2017 cycle before the whole market did a 3x and we had a crazy insane alt season. The sentiment is at the bottoms. This is exactly where you have to pay attention, where you have to buy, where you have to have conviction to hold. So 6 months from here, they will actually call you lucky. Make sure to watch till the end. The golden nuggets of information that might very well influence your portfolio are placed there. Do me a favor, press the like button, and without further ado, let's start. All-time highs in October by Dijon Pink. Right now we're actually in the middle of the month. And I actually found this post interesting. I wanted to share this with you. You know what would be hilarious? Alt season, sending altcoins to Valhalla now when everyone has already given up. I do think that the setup that actually was present for altcoin holders for all of these 3 to 4 years on this market is actually quite genius, and you have to understand why this happened from my point of view. So what happened is altcoins are pretty much underperforming for 3 to 4 years, and on Friday last week everyone just got fucked. And it's a very, very interesting thing. You have to understand why everyone got fucked. Like, yes, everyone is on leverage. Yes, everyone is on leverage because the only way to feel something, to make some money with altcoins thus far was actually being on leverage. And what pushed people to go on leverage in this market is the fact that altcoins are actually down only for the last 3 to 4 years. There were 24 coins that outperformed Bitcoin in 2024 and only 12 coins that outperformed Bitcoin in 2025 thus far. And I just want to recall, we only have 2.5 months left of 2025. The year is almost over. So what happened from my point of view? Imagine you are buying altcoins, you are DCAing from your salary, from your sources of income on a monthly basis, and you see your money just going lower and lower and lower and lower each and every month. And you keep DCAing because you believe in alt season, because it's like casino. In a way, if you think about that, like you win once, and then you just put more money in, you just keep waiting, you just keep playing because you remember how great it was for you to win. And personally, like, I'm actually doing the same with leverage. I won 2 times with Pepe and Brent longs, and after that, I'm only losing money on leverage. Only losing money on leverage because I remember, man, I was able to catch the bottom on Pepe, I was able to catch the bottom on Brad, I made so much money, so I actually have to continue. So what happened with altcoins? The bags of people who are DCAing on a monthly basis, they were just going lower and lower. Eventually, they felt like the size of the bag at this stage is so small, I won't actually have any upside. I won't feel anything. If the market will have alt season currently, I have to increase my position size, and I have to do it in a way to make sure that it probably would be closer to the amount of money I put into the market thus far. So what they've done, they actually sold the altcoins they had on spot, they entered leverage and make sure that with the leverage and make sure that with the multiplier they're using, they're somewhat around the position that they would have initially in connection to alts, not just dumping like crazy for the last 3 to 4 years. And as a result, back on Friday, all of them got wiped out from the market. Smartest of them, they probably sold alts way back in their farming DeFi yield for all this time, right? So you have to understand what the fuck actually happened and why it happened in the first place. I hope the explanation makes sense to you. Sending altcoins to Valhalla now when everyone has already given up. Think about it, the largest liquidation event of all time just happened. The majority are wrecked. What better time to full send the market? Realistically, you also have to understand all these guys, like all these people, they're actually like 2 sides to this coin, right? All these VCs, they invested money into these altcoins. There's like Sui that they invested $400 million into, right? The main question is whether or not they were able to liquidate their funds and whether or not they're happy with the profits thus far, which means that pretty much they cannot pump the market moving further. They can just rug altcoins and they can just do nothing, right? And the second question, do they still want to pump? Do they still want to use the bullish conditions of the overall market out there, gold pumping, stocks pumping, to actually rob even more people? It's kind of like a bet on the human greed in a way, but at the same time, there's definitely a scenario where altcoins won't just recover like for good, because it was just too good in 2024 and people still continue to buy them in 2017. People still continue to buy and hold them, and until this habit will be taken out, until all of this money of altcoin DCAers will be taken. They won't fucking stop, right? Even in good conditions on the market, because also market is way more efficient at this stage and people are way better with leverage currently, right? So even if alts will be pumping heavily, there were definitely some smart money that leverage shit ton of them at the bottom, which means that if they leverage a lot at the bottom, they just won't let the asset fly because they will be taking profits, because they will be in huge fucking profits. Realistically, it will take some time for the market to recover, but consider this: altcoins have been consolidating for years now. Many are barely even up this cycle. Hence, why so many were expecting alt season to have arrived by now, and many plan to already be retired on a private yacht somewhere in the Bahamas. That's exactly why alt season hasn't happened. Too many were ready for it. Think about it, like you're a market maker for a second. What's the best way to extract as much money as possible from the market? The answer is by liquidating investors, buying altcoins at ridiculously cheap prices and then full sending the crypto market shortly after. Or the second option is just never sending altcoins. Never send, just move them to zero. Because if you think about that, alt season was happening for the whole fucking market. You just, instead of being long, you had to be short, right? And all of these people, all these insiders, they were just dumping, like, they can't believe what the fuck is happening. They're on holidays each and every week, each and every second of each and every month. Because these junkies, these gamblers, are still buying and DCAing into altcoins on a monthly basis, and they're just taking the money. Imagine, like, you invented a vehicle that helps you to take money off people on a monthly basis, just based on the fact that you allowed them to make money in 2017, 2021 for a short period of time. It's pretty fucking genius. And imagine this cycle would actually finish like this. Like altcoins won't pump. Maybe we would be seeing like all-time highs for majors. Meme coins will do something. Altcoin holders, they hate meme coins. They're not a meme coins, right? Imagine this cycle will actually end like this. It's going to be pretty fucking insane. Many would be sidelined, many would FOMO in at the top. This is also a very interesting thing, because imagine you were holding altcoin for 4 fucking years, you jumped on leverage at the end, you get liquidated, and then you see your altcoin doing 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x. You feel such a great FOMO. Like, it's insane. You would put everything you have to buy back in. It would be at the top, and you would think that, well, it probably will go higher from here, and it's not. Because it's just too much leverage in the system, it's too much insiders. Like, such a evil setup right here, it's insane. And then you can dump on the heads for insane profits and comments the bear market. The bear market actually are quite bullish for the founders of the projects, because in the bear market you can dump infinitely and everyone just say, oh, it's a bear market, right? But you're fucking just dumping your asset infinitely by yourself. It's insane. As brutal as it is, it's a genius move. As cruel as it is, it makes sense. Don't be surprised if it happens next. So altcoin holders, they're essentially gamblers from previous cycle that remember how much money they were able to make or how much money other people were able to make. And some altcoins that definitely did well in this cycle, like Solana, for example, right? It did more than 30x since the bottom. So it's a very, very interesting setup. The discussion about city having PTSD that's been happening the past few years. It's a very interesting thing in connection to the topic that we are talking about currently. It's gotten so bad and so acute. Every breakout week, once lifetime alt wipe out a few days ago. No real liquidation expansion since November 2024. I have a personal story to share on this one. I've been trying to long the bottom of gaming coins since August of 2024. And I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to do that. Like, it's insane. It's fucking insane. CT literally is Rick from Game of Thrones, or generally at this point someone liberated from a political prison that's been tortured for years. You have to understand this shit. Altcoin holders had been tortured for years, for 3 to 4 years at this stage. The cell was opened up and they stayed in the corner, recoiling horror and trusting that they'd be saved. Conditioned to expect the worst, underperform everything. Everything is the top. All pumps retrace. Like CT, guys, the fact that sentiment on CT changes on a daily basis, it's not fucking healthy. Like, it's not healthy to have your mood changed on a daily basis. For a large cohort of people out there, it's not fucking healthy. At least it's a sign of mental illness. And these people who market manipulate, market make, they made you mentally fucking ill. It's absolutely insane. Conditioned to expect the worst and to perform everything is top, all pumps retrace. I'm starting to deepen the hypothesis that many city natives will sell very early. And this was the issue in the last cycle. Last cycle, everyone did not believe that they sold too early. And a new class of dumb, fat, and happy trade stock finance bros who have been absolutely murdering it on Robinhood will enter crypto in a few months and inherit a face-melting pump like nothing ever happened and sail off into the sunset by capturing liquid 5x on anything they buy within a span of weeks and months. That's absolutely fucking insane if this happens. And honestly, like, I think that this is something that should be happening, because people that will be making money, they either are psychopath, they will hold despite losing everything multiple times in the last several years, Or there are people who never had PTSD and they're yet to experience PTSD. And you think about that, stock people at this stage, they never had PTSD. They never seen the assets just underperforming and going down. They're pretty much in the up only scenario, and like they were taught to just buy and hold and they say into, right? They were taught that for multiple years. And everyone who thought differently was actually fucking proven wrong. All these guys, all these fat, dumb, happy TradeFi, stock finance bros, and focus on the fact that he actually mentions Robinhood here. Robinhood is a retail app. No TradeFi bros actually buying Robinhood. Robinhood is retail app. There is a bunch of retail in stocks at this stage, and I do believe, because everyone is asking like, where the fuck liquidity is going to come from to crypto at this stage? I do believe it's going actually to be stock people moving further. Stock people, and they will come and they will make all the money. Meanwhile, most crypto native people that have been here for years sit trembling in the corner, covered in racks, stammering about the horrors they've seen. I have to share one of my posts that didn't get many views, but I think it's fucking genius as most of the content I'm essentially doing, right? Crypto bull market did not start yet. What is a bull market? New fresh liquidity coming. Everyone making money, including newbies, for a prolonged period of time. There are four main groups: institutions, plus crypto businesses making money from volume, etc. The house, or people close to the house. The house is essentially a casino. The closest you are to the house, the more money you make. Previous crypto participants, people that know about crypto and are coming back when things are heating up. Stock people, intelligent retail. You can think like that, right? True retail, your mom. In my opinion, all that happened so far was robbery of previous crypto participants, crypto natives, 100%. As a result, I agree with this guy 100%. As a result, money of most got concentrated in few hands. The closer you are to the house, the more money you robbed. It's a very interesting thought. The closer you are to the house, the more money you robbed, right? That's why like all these influencers, they can't even believe that there would be a continuation of the cycle, because they robbed so much money already, because like it was so fucking uneven. The money that people were making if they're close to the house, and money of everyone just being fucking taken. It was very, very hard from my point of view. If you're just like a default trader just by yourself with no inside information, with no huge capital, just trying to make something on this market, probably got rocked and robbed. It's absolutely fucking insane. In my opinion, we still have two waves of liquidity that should be common. In my opinion, we're actually at the bottom of the wave 2 of this market, at least for altcoins. Like I think we're at the bottom of the wave 2. We're about to see wave 3 out there, which is the most expensive wave, which is the most craziest wave out of there, and then we will have wave 5. I actually do think that the crypto bull market will be happening at least until the middle of 2026, and I would argue that crypto bull market never started. 24 assets outperforming Bitcoin in 2024 and 12 assets outperforming Bitcoin in 2025 is not a fucking bull market. It's not a fucking bull market. It's not, right? We had Bitcoin bull market, Solana bull market. We did not have crypto bull market. We did not have a bull run. And they should be way bigger than crypto natives coming back from the bear market. Whether or not current dip continues or stops here, I think the first step of the plan, robbing crypto natives, is achieved. This is the major goal of everything that was happening. All of the meme coins, they're saying that retail was playing all of the meme coins. Nah, fuck you. I made an interview on this channel with the guy who made the most. Not being an insider, well, in a way being an insider, but he created the industry. He created the meme coin and Solana, the CEO of Goldbit. He said back in that interview in February 2024, 70% or 40% of meme coin volume are institutions, because market makers build the tools so institutions can put the money into and they can pump and farm meme coins. This is what the fuck was happening. This is the reason like meme coins were these vehicles of robbing money out of people. The same as altcoins. If you think about that, it's pretty fucking insane, because everything on this market is like just trying to rob you. It's such a scammy shit. It's absolutely fucking insane. Next step is to pump the bubble to continue with robbing stocks people. You have to understand this as well. Stock people, they're at all-time highs. Some people are thinking of selling, right? But in general, like everything is good for them. Nothing is happening. Like life is very great. They have to get robbed as well. And like it's very nice for them, from my point of view, to get robbed for crypto, because it will be pushed. Like the fact that you can also think that it's not the top, it's also like how manipulators and market makers control the media. You can think about the end of 2024 and start of 2025, when there are a lot of things about Trump, right? And I remember doing content back at the time, and I remember like altcoins, they got like dumped. 12th of December 2024, they get dumped like fucking crazy. But Bitcoin space, there were so many fucking news. Trump was like doing this, all this Bitcoin stuff, all these countries were accepting Bitcoin, creating some fucking funds. It was a fucking distribution. It was the top, because they were pushing retail into buying Bitcoin. It was, I think, the first time it went to above like $100,000, right? But still, there were not a lot of people out there. I would say it was just an act of local distribution at that stage. I don't think we're at the top. A lot of people say like retail is not talking about it. Retail are fucking monkeys. They are being controlled by media outlets that these people buy in order to create the sentiment. Why the fuck they are staying in queues for gold right now? Because the sentiment was created for them to stay in gold right now. It's very fucking easy, right? The other setup, the other thing that we would be doing, the top only will be here until we will see large media outlets talking about crypto altcoins as the next big thing, talking about them as revolutionary technology, talking about them as the next thing that will make them billionaires out there. We have to understand what the fuck is happening and what the fuck will be happening. Next step is to pump the bubble to continue with robbing stocks people. And then last final degenerate wave was true late retail joining, actors doing Bitcoin ads, celebrities buying meme coins. We should be at the start of wave 3 of most of the altcoin assets. We handled our wave while I would say the end of 2023, start of 2024, and the blow off top was in March 2024. We should be at the start of the wave 3 for the most of the altcoin assets, the biggest one by order of magnitude. Musk talking on Bitcoin signifies that, but more so total robbery of crypto natives. Total robbery of crypto natives was always the goal. I would say it's achieved. Crypto as an asset class is fucking tiny. I think there was a pause that gold right now is adding a market cap of Bitcoin once a day, once a week, like something fucking insane, right? Crypto as an asset class is fucking tiny in comparison to the amount of money out there. Funds that were farmed from robbery, which was necessary to wipe out crypto natives, will be used to push it further. Step number 1, robbing crypto natives, is achieved. On to the next one. All my friends are selling crypto to buy equities and metals. How do we take this? This is fucking bullish. Like, I love to see this, and it's not just one post. Many people, especially first cyclers, way more successful than me at this stage, way more successful, are fucking selling crypto and moving into stocks. Becoming a consensus how bad the risk reward is in our industry. Would be a shame if. I love this. Bitcoin to $150,000, Ethereum to $7,000, Solana to $500 short term. I'm very serious. Trump is going to reduce tariffs to 0. Powell is going to cut. Everyone on here is bearish again. After 20 billion in liquidations, ha 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 ha. You can't write a better formula. Raise your targets, retards. And this is something I shared as well. The only utility of crypto Twitter is to counter trade it. The only utility of crypto Twitter is to counter trade it. Bitcoin price action so bad, I'm considering just moving to stocks. The prophecy is almost complete. This one is very interesting. I don't think I would be able to touch on this in deep currently, but this one is very interesting. Stylus illustration of a K-shaped economic recovery. Meme coins right here, Trump launch, everything dumps. And after this, you see calls, only calls pumping and trenches going to 0. This, I believe, what has happened. And the prophecy of meme coins finally being these assets. Insane, like, have you watched the last video of Murat? Insane assets, calls. I believe this is something that should be happening. I believe, like, you actually would be able to pass your meme coins if you got like nice supply on some meme coins on Ethereum at this stage, or maybe like Solana, something like Momo, right? If you got nice supply, you'll be able to pass it to your fucking children. I actually believe that because they are such graded as assets if you think about them. Like Bitcoin is a fucking meme coin. I'm bullish for the simple reason that the only thing that matters is Trump and tariffs, and once it is resolved, we go up. Your stupid lines on the chart don't matter. This one is very interesting because a lot of people are printing that Bitcoin is in a head and shoulders pattern after the correction, so it goes lower from here. I kind of like this take of like T not mentoring here and Trump just manipulating the market, and like is the main thing. Just Trump is the main thing. I'm so tired of this market. It's just exhausting. Love this as well. I fucking love this. I have never been more bullish than I am right now. So it's kind of interesting. We have opinions that like in the opposite. I would say like we're in the peak uncertainty on this market at this stage. Peak uncertainty about what the fuck is actually going to happen next. Sentiment read. If we can sweep the lows just one more time without cascading and breaking down, then we can go up. But not until we test it first, which means that it never fucking happens, right? The enormous mindset, 1800 gold, no one is there. 4200 gold, you probably have seen these screenshots of people staying in queues, in lines to buy gold, until they're staying in lines to buy Bitcoin from ATMs, and much rather buy altcoins from ATMs or something. I'm not buying this. I'm not buying that we are at the top. So consensus right now is, why be in crypto if you can't trade stocks? Why hold Bitcoin if gold is better? Binance is Hitler. Bottom soon, muchachos. It's not retail pushing the price of gold this high, it's likely a major state actor. And the fact they have not chosen Bitcoin is concerning. That's quite interesting because it might be actually China pushing gold from here because they don't trust Bitcoin, because they don't know who control Bitcoin. And the take here is they don't want to be handed the Satoshi Nakamoto wallet at a certain point, which means that they would be fully controlled by Bitcoin, right? But it's like, I think liquidity will flow into Bitcoin anyway. There are 5 of us left here who haven't pivoted. We cannot begin the problem until we have liquidated the vast majority, and for those who survive, we must drive them fucking insane. Driving people insane is exactly something that has happened currently. Bunch of people rotating from crypto to stocks and gold because they lack patience. This is literally the exact opposite of what you should be doing right now. Bottom soon. Frank from DGods mentioned that, and this is something I actually mentioned. I think before him. I said meme coins, bottom is in. Look on-chain assets. Look on on-chain assets that don't have leverage attached to them. It never fucking lies. I am not seeing them breaking the wave structure. I am seeing them forming the wave 1. I am seeing them at the bottom of the wave 2. I am seeing them before the expansion to the wave 3. I am seeing them going to insane fucking levels, which most will buy the tops of. And I bought before them, and I will sell after they will sell. Thank you very much for watching this one. Stay healthy and rich. I will be seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.